start.
Good afternoon. My name is Deb Montgomery. I am Twiggy by Design on twiggy.com, or twiggie.com. And I am an astrologist. I am an intuitive, a psychic, and a tarot card reader. And right now, this is just basically introduction time. I'm here in my garden. As you can see, it's pretty green. It's May 6th, and I'm getting ready to have pretty beautiful strawberry harvest. I've got my peas, and over here I have my tomatoes. I usually grow every year an amount of tomatoes to make all my sauces with. I have sort of gotten out of the habit of buying at the grocery store. Many years ago, I had gone to Berlin, over to West Berlin, to visit my brother. And the year I happened to go was the year the wall came down. And my brother and I when you're in the military, where you were at that time, you could get a day pass to go over to what was now the East Berlin side. And so we went over to East Berlin, and this was my first experience shopping in a situation or in a supply chain that was actually broken. And it reminds me of the times we're in right now. In East Berlin, obviously it was an occupied territory. And it wasn't an honored occupation from the United States, so it did leave a lot of financial ruin, and people were standing in very long lines. The supply chain was there were a few items on the shelves, and you would come in and you would basically shop in pairs, because that would allow one person to stand in line while the other person ran to the aisles and got everything they could get. And then take it to the person that's standing in line for them. And so you get the idea that I sort of understand that the supply chain can get broken, and the results can be rather terrifying to the citizens. And one of the reasons I feel compelled to come on board right now with my intuitive and my empathic skills is because I feel that a lot of people are terrified. They go to the store, they feel like the things they normally buy are not there. They don't know when they're going to be there, and for the most part, this is terrifying. But I'm here to tell you that you can take some charge of this issue by looking at what you have in your yard. And in my case, we last year put in this greenhouse because, well, I like to garden, and and as I stated before, I have also been experienced to a supply chain shortage. So my position is that I'm taking care of myself, because I believe that is what we're required to do. And I think that being in touch with how you get your food is an important skill that we all need right now. So over here is my other greenhouse, and it currently houses my tomatoes, and I have lots of tomatoes in there. I have a level of tomatoes that will be my entire year's worth of sauces: spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, soup bases, anything you can think of tomato will happen as a result of this area. Over here you see I have my nice bed of greens and blueberries and rhubarb, and over the weekend, due to the situation that we find ourselves in with COVID-19, my husband very generously built me these lovely boxes. So we're in the process now of putting things in these boxes. Now, when I garden in my boxes, I use a process called hugelkultur, and what it is I put logs, yard debris, cardboard. I put a lot of different things in my beds because I want it to give back for a long time. And in this case, I have an additional item which we are actually researching this year to see how this will work. But this is for my root cellars. We are going to bury this in and around this bed, and we're going to put a top in, and we will water around it, of course, and then it has holes in the bottom, so it allows, we'll put some wood chips or bark dust or straw or whatever in there, and we'll keep our vegetables in the winter time. And then over here, we've got the entire garden at this time planted now, because we need to be ready. And for those of you who are not ready, let this video be an inspiration to you to start getting ready, because I don't know where our supply chain is at and how long it is going to take to come back, but I suspect it's at least 1 year for it to be working properly. And for folks who are not used to having a problem like this, a year is a long time. So I strongly encourage you to look at where you can plant your garden. Thank you for joining me here today on Twiggy.com.